Hey y'all, welcome to another episode, y'all. We are here and we are always, as we done started, a review of the bigger picture. My name is DJHed Club. Please like, comment, and subscribe below. Also, follow my other YouTube page, the 1914 Network, where we talk about all things sports, music, and day-to-day information. So, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get started today, and let's go. Okay.
West Coast. West Coast.
Oh yeah, you know I have to turn it up for one time. Elliott, you ready? DJHed, you ready?
West Coast.
Hey Jeremy, you ready?
They know it's time.
Let's get it. It's a cold game, cold world. That's why we talk about it. Ain't like everybody else that'll just walk around it. Use a different snap a picture and now it's vintage. Cause it ain't just talking for the views. That's how he meant it. It's the bigger picture. Yeah, it's the bigger picture. Yeah, it's the big picture.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. The bigger picture.
That's such a 90s rapper shit. The hype.
Wait, y'all, why y'all don't respect women?
Sorry,
What?
sorry, Black
Sorry.
man.
What?
My bad.
It likely
Oh, there we go on the high
That's
seas.
Alex.
There we go.
Look at Alex.
That's good.
Thank you, Alex.
That's good.
You
So
know
you
what I'm
actually
saying?
go
Moment of
under the
clarity.
weather.
Thank God for granting me
Wow.
that moment of clarity.
Are we rolling?
So the sailors was sick and shit.
No.
You sailors was sick.
What is there anything they want to hear about today?
Yeah, what do y'all what do the chat, what do y'all want us to talk about on this episode? Why Elise is doing the clack clacks.
The
She's
bigger
about to
picture
come on stage and
The
do the
bigger
clacks.
picture.
And Elliott, they want another Elliott crash out.
The bigger picture. I'm not crashing
I
out
think
today.
that's. They
I
said.
leave that to Stephen
Did
A.
you see?
Smith.
I did a poll last time on the YouTube chat. It was a 90% said that it was happening, and
I think
10%
they said I
no.
did 4 or 5 last episode.
Yeah.
Was it 4 or 5?
I have so many.
I did a triple double of crash outs.
I have so many trigger points for you, so we'll see. We'll see.
Are you not trying to trigger me?
No,
with
I'm
the
not
crash
trying
out?
to trigger you, but I have to talk about the news. And so if something comes up that may
I
trigger
wonder
you.
why is DJHed wearing a Lakers jacket, homage to LeBron James, and he's trying to bait me as a Stephen A. Smith, a fellow journalist.
We're gonna get there.
Is that what you're trying to do?
We're gonna get there.
Is that the play?
You know what I'm saying?
Is that the
I'm gonna
play?
get off now, chat. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, that whole thing reminded me so much of the hip hop media space. And as soon as I saw Pat McAfee get the LeBron interview, I know it has nothing to do with you, but I felt for you. I was like, I feel like
you would be like the fucking Pat McAfee. That's why you love it, right? You like the innocent white dude. Hey, LeBron just wanted to come to my platform. He just hit me up. He's in Indiana.
You see
He
it.
wanted to come by. We didn't even ask him to come. But he said, hey, you guys want me to come by your show before I go play the Pacers the next night? Sure.
no, because Pat, I don't think considers himself a journalist, does he? He's more of a
he's
personality.
a jock. And I was telling Salas, are we live? We live? Tell me we live.
We're live.
I was telling backstage, I was telling Heads manager Salas, our good friend Salas, that people forget because Pat McAfee's become this independent mogul, but he's a former player. He's a former kicker. So jocks favor jocks. Jocks don't like journalists. That's why jocks run down on journalists and say, I don't like what you wrote about me, because jocks favor jocks. So of course, it was strategic to go against Stephen A. Smith and go on his rival in popularity on that network, but also still benefits Stephen A. Smith, as our guy Real Life Kaz has said, like, you know, who wins with that? ESPN wins. He went to Stephen A.'s rival to give an exclusive 1 hour interview, 1 hour, 15-minute interview. So it benefits ESPN. ESPN wins in the end.
The system always wins. Universal music always wins,
Universal
no matter
gonna win.
what.
You
Whether
see
Drake
it,
and
Jeremy
Kendrick
Hect?
kill each
No
other.
matter
Drake and
what.
Kendrick can kill each other.
Jeremy Hect,
Universal
you see
wins.
Ooh. Now,
Okay, we got.
Now, on that note right there, I think it's some truth there. And also, Joe Budden just spoke about this a little bit in his new episode. I think it's episode 812. With the Stephen A. topic and everything like that. So it's a lot of symmetry going on, although like the episodes came out the same day. But if they go further into it, of course I have some more like notes and on my own thoughts about the whole thing as well.
At the Western Conference, National Basketball Association, HWC, NBA, Mitchell and Ness.
Mitchell and Ness. Shout out to the homegirl Kelly. You know what I'm saying? But you see it, Elliott Wilson.
They said LeBron is bringing the Kendrick type energy at this point in his career.
You see Elliott Wilson?
Is that West Coast energy LeBron's on? Is that what your homage is?
You see it?
You're paying respect to LeBron's new energy?
You know what the fuck
is it
going
a
on?
West Coast energy?
You know what it is, what it's gonna be, and what it's some more of. Shout out to Kiki Loco.
Standing on business?
Yeah, you don't crash out, but it's so
exactly.
How did you feel about the LeBron interview?
LeBron do what he want to do.
He's on his whack down murals vibe.
Why he going on a white man's platform and not going to his fellow brothers? Gilbert right there.
Welcome to the bigger picture. I'm DJ
JEremy Hect.
DJ Elliott Wilson.
DJ Elliott Wilson.
Well, you know, anybody can be a fucking DJ these days. You know
That's the first time I ever call myself a DJ. I love it.
This is gonna be the last, probably.
MC Elliott Wilson,
Journalist Head and DJ Wilson.
I'm Elliott Wilson.
We should swap for a week.
Ooh.
I don't want to swap. No, I can't.
You could DJ a radio show. You can play all the Tommy Richmond you want. You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk about white MCs later. I do white MC theory. I want to share with you guys.
All right. I'm a little under the weather. We discussed this. So you know, shout out to the chat.
Because you travel too much. You get too many bags out there.
It's no bags.
You was fresh off the European tour. Playing
new
Drake vocals over Kendrick
Don't
beats.
make me laugh because I'm gonna blow mucus everywhere.
So man, we need the views.
Unless you want to make it rain mucus in this motherfucker. Don't make me laugh.
Head don't even wipe his nose. This guy is Kendrick fan. This guy's nasty.
I'm too busy glazing. Okay, so
that's why you're sick.
Yeah, you're sick of glazing.
You're sick of watching Kendrick win.
You sick of being Nokia being number one? It's not.
It's coming though.
But
the music video.
Okay,
projected top 5 video on the way. Let's talk about it.
This is what I will say. I am a LeBron fan now. Right?
Wow.
No. I'm not saying. Obviously, he's a Laker.
Did it start when he won the chip in the bubble for you? Or you
before that, Elliott Wilson?
Okay, my bad.
I am a LeBron fan. There's only one critique that I have, which actually I've tweeted Ray Daniels today. Ray Daniels actually had a great point.
Okay.
I agree with Ray Daniels' point that if LeBron and people who are likened to LeBron have the platform that they have, they should definitely go and embrace whatever the new platform is, or the younger platform. Break a platform with your platform.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, on this point right here, I did see the Ray Daniels clip in real time, and I also agree with him. I'm gonna before I let Head continue, my thoughts on that is, why wouldn't I go to my biggest enemy? So we'll see.
Right. Same thing like with Mustard. He broke LMA. I'm just random comparison.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, other than that, I love the fact that LeBron, because here's the thing, Elliott Wilson, JEremy Hect, we've been critical of people not talking to the media.
Amazing interview.
We've been critical.
Amazing interview.
You've been critical.
I love it.
Okay.
I hope it inspires rappers to
get Pat McAfee media.
He is indeed.
Media.
LeBron James went and talked to me.
And I think he did a good job. He had an hour 15-minute interview with LeBron. LeBron was very revealing and said a lot of great things.
So
that's the power of a great interview. Power of a big interview.
Now that we got the people talking to media, now we can all right, cool. We appreciate that. DJHed and Ray Daniels are like, for LeBron to go to a platform, you know, that could use that.
That's not gonna happen.
Why?
Because we don't look out for each other. It's the same shit. Black folks are black folks. We don't look out for each other.
Hey, LeBron gave Bronny a huge shot. He is looking out for people who needed a platform.
That's black empowerment.
I put some respect on Bronny's name real quick. 39 points in the G League.
Shot?
No, I'm putting respect on his name. I need people to actually put some respect on this man's name. 39 points in the G League.
Ever since Stephen A. Smith
again, and he's going to take over.
LeBron and Bronny. Bronny's shown he could actually play.
Yeah. Hey, Bronny,
Bronny can play now.
Hey, low key, he might have needed that Stephen A. energy.
Stephen A. might have lit the
Hey,
And that's
that nigga been
okay.
hooping.
He's balling elite in the G League level, and he's balling good in the Pro level.
Hey,
He did 17 points in the
What
real
we don't need though is niggas to start dropping mixtapes.
He gonna,
So-
you know he's gonna rap.
Please don't.
You
You
don't
know
want that
Bronny gonna get an
Bronny
album
fade?
off in about
Oh
a
my
couple
God,
years.
bro.
Shaq did it. We wasn't mad when Shaq did it.
Shaq
Platinum.
different.
He was a Laker. If you a Laker, you gotta cut an album off.
Rest in
What?
peace.
Kobe tried to do it too.
Yeah, he did,
Good
yeah.
point.
Bro,
He was with 50 Cent and Track Masters in the studio making things happen,
Bro.
baby.
Great point.
you know we don't need just random Lakers dropping that. We don't need the AR-15
But that's
album.
what y'all did.
We don't know.
yo, Austin would have.
Bro, we
Guess
don't need the
first.
Austin Reeves album,
No,
bro.
You know Reeves got a good 16.
You think you could out-rap
Jeremy helped
Austin
him write
Reeves?
it.
I haven't heard him rap.
That's not what I asked you.
Then I'll go with yeah.
So you shoot your shot, King.
I mean, I don't want to take a random shot.
Now see, y'all don't even realize what Head be doing. Head be doing crash outs. He be disrespecting people in their face. Then he'll go start some shit and then act like he ain't start no shit. Yo, this is that shit Head be doing, man. It is so funny. I love it.
For no reason.
But if he had bars for you, you would answer the call.
I would answer, yeah. So if we hear
Fucking
Austin
dick.
Reeves take a
He
shot at me
wanna
on a
rap so
mixtape.
bad.
He do. The
That's
hype, man. You gotta let the hype
the thing
loose.
is, I know I've had shots taken at me in media, but I don't want to return fire from a media platform on a song. I feel like I got to meet them on this platform. If somebody takes a shot at me on a song, I'll return to the booth. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate LeBron going to media to have a conversation because he didn't have to. Now, how he chose to do it was extremely petty.
But you love also.
You know what I'm saying?
But you can appreciate also.
Don't Pat McAfee come on right after Stephen A. Smith?
Yes, he's also the second biggest name. And then there's a battle for who is the face of the network. Pat McAfee is huge. He came as an independent force.
Well, it's
and
no
joined
question that
ESPN.
Stephen A. Smith is the face of the network.
And they just cut him a big check that proves that. But at the same time, he's raised Pat McAfee's value by going on his platform. And again, ESPN wins. So
I would like for
Pat
LeBron.
McAfee about to renegotiate too in a minute.
Okay, so when Bronny chooses to have his conversation, whatever that
Bars.
I would love for you to go sit with a platform that could use that.
No, but here's the beauty about LeBron. And we talked about all back in the day. I talked about this. Remember when Quincy Jones started doing before he passed away? Rest in peace, great Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
He started giving some wild ass interviews. So what happens is, and people comparing LeBron to even Kobe in his later years. As you get older, gentlemen, you stop giving a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You start telling your real truth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's gonna stop LeBron at this point? So there's a lot more cussing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more like raw authenticity. Like this nigga was saying wild things, like he think Cleveland might have rigged the lottery draft and shit for him to be the number one
I
pick.
saw that.
He had said all types of shit that he would have said years ago. So as you get older, there's a glory in that people get more and more honest, and they're great interviews. They're gonna give you that raw, authentic truth.
Hey, you know what I'm at? Where I'm at, Jeremy Hect? 20 million liquid or 70 years old. That's when I'm gonna just say whatever the fuck I want to say.
That's your number. So your number and age.
Well, whatever comes
Set
first.
your price,
Okay.
kid.
It's like a warranty on,
Okay.
on a filter.
Okay.
It's a filter warranty.
Do you have the first thing that you'll say ready? Like a press conference, you just received a $20 million bag. Do you know exactly the first thing you're going to say in that press conference? Like, hello, world. I've been waiting. I've been holding this
Yes.
in. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the words I can't say.
Okay. Okay.
Let them fly.
just one.
Yeah.
Guys, I just want to let you know. Bleep, 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 bleep.
Yeah. All
Okay.
of it.
Let it
go.
Hopefully on some FCC governed terrestrials channel. Hopefully.
And
Yeah,
you'll
you
be
gotta
like,
do it there.
Head, go on Patreon, go on Rumble, go on Radiant, all those places that we figured that we ain't gotta. It's something similar to this, and academics and Kanye didn't drop their interview yet. However, Head, whatever place that academics partner with. To get off that Kanye interview that we waiting for, if we ever gonna get it, that's where you should go. Think about it. Hear me out.
Yeah,
from an island or something. You're like,
Hopefully.
yeah.
Yeah. But now I can't do it that way because they have a dump button. They'll be able to censor me. I gotta be live in studio
Okay.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Let
I'm
the
for
chop,
sure
let
letting it
the-
20 million liquid.
Yep.
That asset shit, people play them games.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
playing them games.
Mhm.
20 million
No
liquid,
estimates.
70 years old. Because what you gonna do? I'm 70.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You lock me up. I got 20 years left. At the most.
Well, yeah.
God willing.
At the
You know what
We
I'm
see
saying?
people in politics do the same thing. I do disagree though with your point about
shit.
giving back to a platform if you're the biggest star. I actually love to see when a platform earns the exact timing that the star gives them. Like I feel like it's just as much
alignment,
the platform's alignment of their moment that the star gives them. And like, for example, your Rap Radar interview with Drake, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
I
always
feel like
glazing Elliott. No, I'm fucking with.
Yeah, just a quick co-host glaze pause. No,
it's never gonna happen again. Can I have my moment?
You got it.
So let's look at that, right? Like that. You
way back 2019, way back.
That moment,
way back.
We have mucus coming out.
Man, why is that so funny? Why you clowning a nigga because he can't get an interview in the 2020s? What's so motherfucking funny? Do you know something I don't know? Look at that shit. Shout out Theo, man. Theo, the fucking
I knew the crash that was coming, and I sipped my tea anyway. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay. The point being that interview felt like
definitive moment.
It felt like a definitive moment, and it felt like not only an earned moment from you because of the relationship that you guys had, but it felt like the perfect moment for your platform and for Drake to speak his truth about a lot of shit that he's been holding back on. That was the big interview, right? Yep. If he would have done, let's say, Joe Budden a couple years later, like he was talking about, that would have been the moment, I think, to go there and do that platform, and it would have been perfect. We've seen it happen a few times, but I think that to me is much cooler because you get what the fans have been waiting for. You get what the platform has been leading up to. I think it's dope if you go to an unknown platform and give them this huge light, but I don't think the time to do it is at your peak of startup.
Look, I love the interview. I think McAfee and his team did a great job. And yeah, we never witnessed a LeBron interview like that. He's more candid he's ever been. So yeah, as a journalist to me, I love it. High fives all around. It was a great moment. And like, hopefully that's what I want from my hip hop artists, that the big interview isn't dead. That's what I was saying last week. I feel like the big interview is kind of dead. This showed us in sports, like you see how that conversation yesterday just took over the whole world. And it's more than just the Stephen A. LeBron differences. At the end of the day, once you get past that, we love to see our stars. Someone like LeBron that's been so guarded, or so in control of his own narrative, kind of ease up a little bit and give us some of his candid truth. Like he was saying some stuff that you would feel like he would say if he was at a bar off the record, kicking it with him, at a restaurant with a bunch of friends at a table. So if Jay and me or somebody was backstage sitting with him, he might get his honesty in that way that you would never see in an interview. So I loved it.
Ed, don't sip your tea for this. Well, no,
go fuck yourself.
So I want to piggyback off that what Elliott Wilson said just a little bit. We know that Bron say stuff all the record, but who he says it to Maverick Carter, Rich Paul, and like someone, for example, Cameron. And all those conversations that LeBron had, he kind of gave it to us on Pat McAfee in a subtle way to where the overall, no matter what age you're talking about, he delivered that message. So you can be 70, turning into Pat McAfee now, since that's the next type of news that we're going into. A person that's 50 can look at this and still enjoy sports and you know, understand what LeBron is saying, because if no matter what age you are, people are still watching sports. So if you're 30, if you're in your 20s, if you're in your teens, even little kids that watch sports with their parents, that can like have the continence to understand what LeBron is saying. He did it in such a classy way to where that people are gonna now know, if you didn't know who Pat McAfee is. Two, LeBron did heighten the start for Pat McAfee. 3, LeBron has been media trained for so long that he know how to quote unquote get his shit off without being the ghetto man. The black man who's just in his feelings about something. So I had my say so in the argument of what I feel going on at times with Stephen A. Smith and LeBron. But for LeBron to do this, I'm just happy about it. I'm happy that LeBron came out and talked to us. And 2, another thing for Elliott Wilson's side is that if y'all don't want to come out and talk about and talk to us as the media, then we just gonna create a narrative to where you gotta say something, right? So understanding Elliott Wilson and how the big celebs don't want to do the interviews. Also, when they do the interviews, will this interview transcend to where one, we're listening to the head guy, two, my stock just went up, and three, the analytics is going crazy to where I can actually take those analytics and get me another bag just for him coming into my platform.
No.
You in the chat.
I'm saving you. I'm saving you.
Why is they trying to line me up? I know what a white man's trying to line me up.
I'm not trying to line you up. I'm not trying to line you up.
Here we go.
I just want to point out a few things, okay? Last week you said you gave Will Smith how many million views?
You gave Will Smith views?
I use
promotion.
Jeremy, if I wasn't making your guy Big Sean a viral sensation the past week, when I shared his verse from I Swear Vezo record,
yes,
that got millions of views.
It did get millions
I
of
will
views.
remember the great thing I did last week, so you're gonna have to reflect my memory. I'm such a viral force.
Sorry, every week is a new thing.
I'm a viral force, and I'm the social media sultan, so of incredibleness. So you
forget it's getting blurry
of incredible.
So I'll remind you,
social media king. Let's make it just easier. Social media king.
SMK.
I run hip hop social media. You don't know this?
What I will say is you can go to Elliott Wilson's page and get a clear idea of what happened.
I do it for the love of the game. I've profited nothing from these people
You've actually paid
in
for
the
it.
metaverse.
You had to pay to get your account back. So you've gone into your own pocket.
Don't make them take my page down to Jeremy.
No, I won't do this again.
I don't know if you know the way I utilize IG is not the way it was intended to be used. I don't know if you guys notice.
People.
I'm an outlaw. I'm actually an outlaw of social media.
Somebody said
tyrant.
No, I'm not in control. I don't have the power.
Somebody said Elliott Wilson's the type of person to post a video of you drinking and not caption it. It's like,
I don't do no
post
caption.
a video you drinking water, no caption.
Paying me. What am I caption for?
Y'all, like I'm a commenter, and I'm a faithful commenter on Elliott Wilson page. So I definitely want to hear his insight and view of how he feel about things because he don't write captions. And I'm definitely one of those people that's in the comment section based off what the picture is, not my own idea of what I think Elliott want to say, but the highlighted view or whatever he's posting. And in the comment section, we all kind of vibe with each other or point out how we feel in his comment section about what he posted, said that post. It's crazy, but he built a community of people like us, whether he realized it or not. So I understand his viewpoint of saying that it wasn't intended to be.
Look it up. Look that shit up. I tagged the person.
Okay, wait, hold
look
on.
that shit up. So you need context. Look that shit up.
So on Elliott Wilson's page, the ones with captions are paid for posts?
No, sometimes I'll give you a little caption, but I gotta feel it. I'm not obligated to give you a caption. I'm not making no compensation. You got some compensation for my captions?
Caption compensation?
Caption compensation, baby.
Okay, but the point of this, the point of this,
hip hop journalism. Go ahead. Sorry.
The point of this is that Elliott Wilson gave Will Smith promotional value that would be in probably the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, at around 4 to 5 million views on a post about his album. I didn't know Will Smith album was coming out until I saw it on Elliott Wilson's
tonight
page.
As we tape this Thursday.
Yes, so it'll be out tonight, and he decided to go do what we call a big interview and sit down with a platform. And I said you should have gotten another interview. I wondered how you felt when you saw.
Well, I've reached out to him. I reached out to his team trying to get an interview. Oh, you talking about the $1 million worth of game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big interview. But he's doing a lot of it. He did Sway. He did a live event with Sway.
Okay.
He's doing an incredible press run.
Yeah.
I mean, I reached out. I'm not Isaiah Thomas. I reached out. I didn't meet the criteria.
What happened?
Nigga.
Did they hit you back?
Hey, you see an interview yet?
Did they hit you back?
Huh?
Did they hit you back?
Yeah, they hit me back.
And what'd they say?
You know, working the schedule's busy type vibe, working things out, keep you posted type of energy. You know?
Who said it?
Whoever his current publicity force. He's a big star, Will Smith. So it's the latest crop of his
you should have just DM
publicity conglomerate of
DM him right now.
Women. I don't have a personal line to him. That's Will Smith.
DM him. You can DM anybody.
I don't shoot in the dark the way you guys do with that silly
I don't
shit.
shoot in the dark. But you
think Will Smith is really on his DMs like that? Like
probably.
He's out there checking his position?
I think that you'd be surprised.
All right. When I get home, I'm gonna do it.
Hey, we film Thursdays too.
You want me to DM Will Smith right now?
Right now.
Beg for an interview?
Not beg. Hey, you know, be like, yo, Queen, son, pull up. Philadelphia check-in. Something like that.
I was gonna say, yo, Will, I need an interview. Third time's a charm.
No, don't say I need. See that? No, don't do that. Let me write it for you.
All right.
Head has consulted on DMs before. One of them worked, one of them didn't.
Well, if the guy's not following you, why are you DMing him?
Bro, just let me write the DM for you.
All right, jump me on it out. Who's
all right, so type what I'm saying.
He's following 293 people. I'm not one of them.
Say what I'm saying right now. Big Willie.
No, go ahead. You can type.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right.
All right, this is the DM to Big Will.
Like, this show's so lame. These guys be DMing rappers and shit. Like little schoolgirls and shit. What the fuck's wrong with these guys?
Be humbled.
I gotta be humbled?
Would be humbled.
I gotta get this nigga twice. Classics.
For another bro, let me.
He's from Philly. We're around the same age. We're hip hop.
All right.
He's the first. I'm the yellow nigga. Like, what are we talking about here? I gotta be humble.
To sit down.
He ain't humble.
With you for another
when you're tired of talking to other outlets.
Conversation.
I like this. I like where we're
Big
going.
Willie would love to sit down with you for another legendary conversation soon.
I like that. It's open-ended.
Appreciate the energy.
Love that. I'm with that.
All right,
that's
solid.
I like this.
DJHed.
I like this. Okay, that was good.
So send that and then send it.
All right.
Okay.
It is sent. It's out there.
He sent it to Will Smith.
All right. Good luck with that, buddy.
All right.
I like
it's not going to get answered, but it's,
But it's out there right now. Somebody's watching this.
This publicist might be watching right now and be like, you know what? Let me go back.
I'm going to be honest with you. And sorry. Finish your thing. I'm going to tell y'all something that y'all don't know.
No, go right ahead. Please.
No, yeah, that was my thing.
Please enlighten us.
I met with a very big television producer this week.
Okay.
Extremely big television producer.
The DJHed show.
And I've been meeting about different things, different ventures.
Yeah.
And this person watches the bigger picture.
There we go.
And I was so blown by that.
Pause.
I was like, yo, you watch the bigger? He's like, yeah.
Hey, shout out to big movie and television producer watching right now. This is for you. This segment is for you right now.
Yeah.
Gotta look at the season.
So I just want to be clear. Like, people do watch the bigger picture.
Yeah. I enjoy it. Yes.
And
appreciate y'all.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So,
appreciate y'all.
Shout out to the chat, the community.
So even if these rappers don't give me interviews, I still know they could watch my show. I have something.
Oh no, they see all of this.
Yeah,
they for sure see all of
they
this.
see everything.
Okay, is this why I don't get certain interviews? People said that too. Okay.
Well, no, not why you don't. It's a I mean, if you want to dive into that rabbit hole, it's different reasons. You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole rabbit hole to dive into.
Yeah, It's a plethora of reasons.
Like the plethora is it's unfortunate, but Elliott Wilson kind of got blackballed. Right, just based off the quote unquote hate that he gave out to the new upcoming streamers and how the other artists feel that he ain't it no more. This is not where it's at no more. And this type of media that Elliott Wilson portrays doesn't matter. So one, to get Elliott Wilson back in the good graces for nobody like me, right? And it might take some time. But it might be a good marketing scheme. He's going to have to sit down with the nobodies of the world, right? And even if people deep dive into the shit that people don't like about Elliott Wilson, they're still going to get a view. And based off the nobodies of the people like me, people might say like, okay, like that's past because him and Kai had pieced it up. Or whatever like that. Like now we can see past that and we can appreciate what you did for the culture. Versus some people that's still in it right now, like they're not fucking with him. They're not fucking with him. They don't want to deal with Elliott Wilson. And it's gonna take for, I think, Elliott Wilson. Now me, I don't have nothing. All I got is 18 subscribers here, right? But it's gonna take him to do a nuance. And I think I put in his comment section one time, I said, Elliott, if the streamers are on stream and the people kind of blackballed you, you're going to have to go on a Castanet show or you're going to have to create your own Twitch and invite the streamers on your Twitch. And if the streamers come on your Twitch, the celebrities going to want to come on your Twitch, i.e. these streamers. So Elliott might got to switch this out. And I know he like, bro, I'm too old to be doing this shit, right? Or it is not in my wheelhouse to do this shit because I don't really understand. But I think a master plan like this is what's going to get Elliott Wilson back in the good graces of quote unquote the people due to for media stuff versus like what Stephen A. Smith is about to go through. He's literally about to get blackballed right in front of us, and he don't even know it. So that I think that's my word of advice, that you got to start reaching out to the nobodies of the world to have a clean, leveling field out there. Because God granted, like some of us get big, so it'll just work.
Why?
Some egregious behavior on my part?
It's not egregious behavior. People just think you're a lot.
But I've always been a lot.
That's the problem.
I don't think they got to see it all the time, though. It was behind the scenes a lot.
Yeah, so they don't want to, and also, like, I think that it's not that they don't want to have conversations about whatever's going on culturally. I think they don't want to have conversations in the way that it's like, probably you come off to like, oh, you have to answer to hip hop, and then you take the position of being the authority, and so you have to answer, like, you have to answer these crimes against hip hop, and I'm the one that's issuing out these penalties. Basically.
Okay, so maybe there's a parallel to this. So now we feel like there's an ongoing thing now between Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James. So me as a Stephen A. Smith, like the journalist, when does that journalist know when to kind of pull back a little bit? Like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm following this too much. Like I said what I had to say. He was offended. He got his shit off. Now he's gonna tease me playfully and Pat McAfee, which he did. And then you're gonna OD it out on your whole show on your own platform, and now on First Take, opening 15-minute segment. Like, when is it too much? And do I also fall victim of that? Like, as a journalist,
yes.
Sometimes you got to pull back.
Yes, but sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say episode 42.
Of what?
No, that's when we can pull back. We gave 41 episodes to the back and
come
forth.
In boring next episode with no.
Just to the one person.
Everybody's album is great.
Just to your LeBron.
Oh, I could be Drake free this episode too if you want. You want me to be Drake free? That Nokia video coming though, but
yeah, the IMAX.
Yeah, because I haven't seen the Nokia video yet, so I could go back with Drake next week after we see the Nokia video.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out to Theo again.
The other thing that I would say from the perspective of why not the interviews is not because how you are specifically to the person. It's probably also how your temperament is. Like, you feel like you should get the interview.
Yes.
Like, I'm entitled to the interview, and the artist like, no, you're not. Like,
someone found it. Like, there was a funny one with I remember Dave Free gave us a rare interview with Rap Radar Podcast.
Yeah, back
in the day. It was one of the few ones he wouldn't let us tape them, so it's just audio. And one of the clips that some kid said, it was like, he's like, you guys are funny, man. He's like, B.Dot be trolling motherfuckers, blah, blah. And Elliott, you just think you the GOAT. Everybody owes you something, nigga. Like, I'm the GOAT, though. Like, you ain't doing anything, but you the GOAT, though. Like that. So again, it's kind of always been me, but I guess it's kind of got magnified now in this era because I share more. And now because this platform exists, I have a more platform to tell you how I feel about things. But I don't know. I take the good with the bad because I think that what we're building here is special and good and needed for the culture. And that's the thing, too. Like, people say, well, LeBron's criticizing the talking heads culture, but part of the talking heads culture is that these artists don't sit with us and engage per se, or athletes don't, outside of the regularities of a post-game interview or pre-game interview, really talk. So, again, that's why we love the LeBron moment, because he gave a real interview in a real old school traditional way and was good.
That's why I want to make sure we give him his credit, because we would also be like, LeBron don't sit with media. That should be the headline.
LeBron gave a great interview.
Yeah.
And watch the interview and really understand what he's saying and like get more insight.
And it wasn't one of them things where it's a taboo topic.
Right.
Yeah, nothing seemed off limits.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. He handled things with class and finessed it out of things. He handled it with humor and gave us honesty and also was comedic about it, and it was very candid.
I've dealt with a couple of artists this past week who their team was like, "Hey, no questions about this," and I hate that, because what you do is it's not even that I'm not a. First of all,
going for the clips.
Let me just say this: I'm not the gotcha guy.
Yeah,
I'd rather not do the fucking interview. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't need the clips. I don't need the clicks. That ain't what I do. They got other shows for that. Yes. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I do.
You ain't never seen no clickbait DJHed affected immediately clip.
That's not what I do
in the universe.
So when you bring an artist to me or to my platform or one of the platforms that I'm a part of, understand that we're gonna have a real transparent conversation, and it's not about, hey, let me get to the mess. I'm not a messy type nigga. Like, I could be messy. I'm not messy. That's just not my caliber to be that way. Jeremy Hect wants to talk about the screen. We don't do screenshots and all that kind of shit. That's a hypocritical statement because I posted screenshots this past week. But I'm just saying I don't do the messy shit as a general practice. So when you go into a space of any kind of interview conversation and you say, "Oh, LeBron, Pat McAfee, cool, but hey, don't ask LeBron about Stephen A. Smith." It's like, bro, what the fuck are we like? What you mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You put a damper on the entire conversation, and now I'm tiptoeing around the whole situation where we can't even have just a transparent dialogue, and then just let the person answer how they want to answer. No comment. That's simple. We can move on.
The funny thing is, there's times when people do that and they'll say, "Well, we encourage you not to talk about these things." If you're doing a good job as interviewing them, you're kind of going to go in that direction a little bit. Sometimes the artists themselves may take you there. So then it's just like, well, clearly that's
right. And before he moved forward, I have comments about this too, only because now, right, in the raps and what we want from the artists, they say, hey, we want you to be real. We want to see you be authentic. And then your team say, hey, you can't talk about this. Well, if I take my time out and watch this interview and we know that's the topic of being discussed and your team is telling you, like, fuck this interview and fuck what you talking about in the raps, right? Because if we wanted real, true authenticity, we might get it in your raps, right? But when you sit down for an interview and we want to see how level-headed you are as an artist, either one, that might help or hinder your fan base. Because if I can sit down and hear you articulate your thoughts and why at this moment this bothered you or this meant something to you, I want to hear you be able to explain why. Because as general fans, we don't even know what really happened on like the inside as far as the artist. And plus what's going on now, I know we have iHeartMedia, I know we have Spotify, I know we have Twitch, we have Rumble, we have all of those things, right? But in regards to DJHed goes on, he's with his own platform effective immediately. But also is on, now I can be wrong, Shade 45. It's on Sirius XM, to where you can curse, to where you can say what you want to say and you're not gonna get canceled. It's a satellite airways that I remember when satellite first came out and you had to pay for it in like the rental cars and stuff. Like now, a lot of people are moving their platform there because they had the freedom to express themselves without getting a platform canceled, without a person being canceled. And what DJHed is also saying is that, hey, I'm not that type, i.e. going on other places where people are going to make a mockery out of what you're saying and help the artists guide themselves, whether they're getting on track with their viewpoint or not, and kind of reel it in. So what Head is saying is very true, and is a good way to look at why would I waste my time to not talk about this. If you don't want to talk about this, go to that platform because they censor shit over there. I don't want to hear it here because they want to come to me. You're the person and the artist that you're saying, regardless if you the person that on the team, hey, I think we should go to DJHed. This is West Coast and this is the voice of the West Coast. Yeah, but the artist might really want to be there because they can be transparent with DJHed. And they know DJHed is not going to set them up, but help guide them in a space where they won't get too messy with their response or how they feel.
On this person's mind, then you go in there. It's just about being respectful with the boundaries.
Yeah, and they'll sometimes give you those lists, right? It'll be like, these are the topics that they don't want to talk about, which is fine to some degree. Like it's usually relationship stuff, or if they have some news. Again, like I've never done an interview where I want to go there into the gossip world. But what I do think, there's been times where there's a thing that everybody wants to know about, and they kind of themselves as artists need to address it at some point. And it's usually the elephant in the room. It's almost weirder to do an interview and not address it than at least talk about it in some way. So like to your point, like if you're in deep in a conversation and they're opening up and they're feeling comfortable, they'll usually go to you, or you could add, like I've done it where the person's asked me not to ask something and it's come up so blatantly in the interview, but I'll ask it in a very respectful way and they'll be happy they got to address it.
Also, if it's not live and it's being
you can always take it out.
You can negotiate about taking this part out or whatever. But why ruin it? Like to Head's point, why would you ruin the flow of the actual conversation? You don't want to do that because you have these strict parameters that you can't say this or talk about this.
We have something in the music business called "Don't Get in the Way of the Jam."
We call again?
Don't get in the way of the jam.
Yeah, don't get in the way of the jam.
Like you making a record, like if you ever watch Jermaine Dupri on Instagram and he making beats and stuff like that, it's like somebody coming in and saying, "Hey, you owe $36,000 in back taxes." It's like, hey.
But it's the snare
I'm
right.
making a
Yeah,
jam.
the bass line
Nigga,
right.
this shit couldn't wait till the morning. Nigga, like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get in the way of the jam. It's the same thing with the conversation.
You know, it's funny. I don't know if you saw in the political world, they're adding people accidentally. They're adding journalists to group chats and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was thinking maybe you could like accidentally add a journalist into a group chat about like there's like a song that like Kendrick's been working on, and you just like happen to be like, yo,
you want to hear
it? And you like happen to add me to the group chat, and I won't say anything. I'll just be there. I won't even report on it. I'll just listen in.
Uh-oh. DJHed in a secret West Coast group chat with other luminaries.
Wait, you just pulled back? I thought you were looking up something.
No, I said, do you want to hear it? I didn't say I was going to play it.
Oh, well, yes, I would like to hear it.
People in Hell Want Ice Water.
Oh my gosh, you were just waiting to say you had that set up ready to go, huh?
No.
Okay.
And how do we know that people in Hell want ice water? What if they want green tea? The matcha.
I mean, do you usually like hot in hot weather?
Yeah.
You drink like a hot coffee and like
I don't drink coffee. Do my gums look black to you?
No,
you can't answer that.
No, your teeth look good. You're okay, but do you like hot coffee in hot sun? Or hot tea and hot sun? Like 80-degree weather, do you get your green tea?
He said he didn't like the cold. He told you that.
Yeah, I don't fuck with cold. I'm cool with hot.
Okay.
I'm melanated.
So maybe they do.
We equator niggas around here, Jeremy Hecht.
Did you want me to fist bump or you just want me to look
show
at
you equator niggas?
Okay, yeah.
You know who's still red hot, Jeremy?
Who?
Let's Playboy Cardi.
Let's go.
Playboy Cardi.
The charts are out. Okay, I wouldn't.
He said he'll go 4 more for you. More music.
That was hella Queens, what you just said. 4 more for you.
No, that's a LeBron. 2 more for you when he invented the deluxe album. Remember?
Yo, let me get a chopped cheese.
2 Chainz. When LeBron, remember the 2 Chainz album? LeBron said, "What if we drop 16 songs
and then
we give him 2 more? He'll go 2 more for you." That's what I was doing.
Yeah, he invented the deluxe.
Playboy Cardi.
Elliott, do you wake up so excited when the chart data comes out?
Yes.
I do.
I feel like this, like that's your like, yeah.
But the thing with Cardi is,
why is this caption like that?
What?
That's insane.
What I say? That people are crediting me with. I will say this, and I appreciate the internet. I started that dot era shit. People are probably crediting me for it.
You did, yeah.
I won't fight against this.
Okay.
That's as close. That's as close. That's as close as you're gonna get. That's as close as you're ever gonna get.
You hate on me for.
That's as close as you're ever gonna get.
I won't fight against that.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, in order for you to say that, Dot had to do something.
Because a West Coast person had to, a non-West Coast person had to be the one to coin the phrase.
I thought you was West Coast Wilson.
You don't want to embrace me enough. You do your gritted teeth. I don't have a problem admitting that.
I guess maybe that's fine with me.
Would you defend me in that Charlamagne the Great group chat if they say I did or not?
You say, well, I guess I can't. I can't go against
what
it.
Group chat? What are y'all talking? What group chat?
You gotta know about the group chat, man.
What group chats?
The famous one, man. With you guys in media, I know about you guys.
I'm not in the big media group chat.
All right, I thought you might.
I'm not invited to that one because your boy is in that one.
Who's my boy? Oh, academics?
No,
that's not my boy.
No, remember, he don't fuck with nobody.
What is this, Jeremy? Who is it? Whisper it to me. Who is this?
Does it start with
we can beep it out. I don't know.
Does it start with a V?
Like a name.
Huh?
Does it start with a V?
Well, no, my name starts with A.
No. Or the person? Oh no, because that's his. Yeah, V. Like does his last name start with a V?
I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Talking about Playboy.
Okay,
okay, but that was just saying. Even though he gave us Evil Jordan, which is number 2 in the country. What's the other one he has? Rather Loud with the Weeknd.
Has anybody discovered why he put the O like that?
Which one?
I think he just forgot to not capitalize it.
No, it's like opium. That's how they do. That's how they stylize his opium movement. I guess.
Opium, yeah.
It's sort of supposed to be a little gothic kind of thing.
Oh,
but I love a couple things with Cardi. I forgot to say last week. I felt like I said, people was kind of clowning me saying, "Well, how do you say his album's good? You only like 13 songs." Like, if you look at the context of what I said, is that I understand why he over-delivered. And I'm not saying I couldn't enjoy a 30-second album, but I realized when you listen to the full album, the second half of the album kind of caters to more the day one Cardi fans, right? And I'm not that. I come in late, admittedly. I'm not the day one Cardi fan. So I like a version of the album that kind of shows just the evolution or elevation of his sound. But what I think he's done smartly again is continue to deliver to his rabid fan base. So if they want these 4 songs I had in the stash, give them those 4 songs. So they have 34 Playboy Cardi songs on all these DSPs. And I will say, even though I've been very critical of Travis Scott, I do like one of his unreleased songs, The Back Rooms. I love his guest verse on that. I thought he was dope on that record too. And then lastly, I said I was going to give credit to A$AP Rocky, and then I forgot. A$AP Rocky, again, is the one who formally put Cardi on. Like a lot of people, success has many fathers, as they say, but he is signed to the AWGE label. I won't say what that stands for because I don't even know what it stands for. Along with Rocky's former manager, Chase Infinite. So all 4 Cardi albums are AWGE Interscope. So, the way we give Lil Wayne credit about helping Nicki and also Drake, obviously, let's give Rocky some credit as a media mogul, music mogul. It's on his imprint. Maybe Is It Back to Culture is not just his career, but putting on a new generational star and talent like Playboi Carti.
That's fair.
So shout out to Rocky, man.
Yeah, Rocky deserves way more credit for that, because if you look at Playboi Carti's impact and him changing the sonic of so many artists, like even under Playboi Carti's imprint, right? Like Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely, and then the impact that they've had, you gotta give A$AP the same credit, like you said with Wayne, where we gave him credit for like what Nicki did for female rap and what Drake did for melodic rap and the sonics for the next like 10 years. A$AP deserves credit for his influence, because he came in the game visually, he changed things, sonically he changed things, style-wise he changed things, and then now Playboi Carti has taken over the next generation.
Yeah, just because he didn't have just because he didn't make the big 3 level and like like a Wale or Big Sean and him, it's like the impact and culture is there, and obviously his woman is off the charts, billionaire icon, but that doesn't mean he's not credible, important to our culture, impacted it, and also now maybe have a protege that impacts it even more.
Rocky deserves love. Does this give Carti the ability to just dip off for 5 years now and go back into?
No, he's going to roll with Abel. Him and Abel going on that road. I think he has. That's the biggest thing. I think that again, he hasn't. We look at him as a hard ticket act, but he hasn't proved that yet. I think he needs to be professional, less mystique, and go on this tour with The Weeknd and kick ass and create these moments, and then go on his own tour. And I would even scale it down. I wouldn't even try to do the big tour out the gate. I would do something that really feeds the rabid fan base and like really, like prove that he could be like a little less mystique now, and prove that he could be outwardly out in the culture as a new leader of our culture. You know?
And are these superstar numbers to you?
Oh, absolutely. Superstar numbers and accomplishments. That's why I'm on board. I believe in numbers. I believe in numbers. I look at things in certain categories. I don't just judge like this is the best lyricist and never had a hit song. It's like I look at things of doing it on the biggest stage at the biggest scale, and he's proven that. That's why I say Dot era. Even though Dot still with these records is still in the #1 position, it's a huge accomplishment for Playboi Carti to have 2 records in the top 10.
Huge accomplishment for him.
Are you adding anything into the DJ rotation? Were there any slaps?
What's Media Base doing? Evil Jordan?
I didn't look at the media base for Playboi Carti, but we are playing 4 of the songs off the album on the radio.
Ooh.
So that's
the first time something like that happened, right?
For him, hell yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah, it's never been like that for him.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously 2 of the ones are the ones that everybody talking about. I forgot the other 2 though. Actually, let me show you. Let me tell you which 4 we playing on the radio.
And people really feel the Rather Lie record. That definitely could be even bigger.
I thought that was going to be the hit. Yeah.
That seems more of the biggest.
You thought what?
Biggest commercial.
So for me, Magnolia was like the biggest hit ever. And I mean, that shit shook waves to where like now Carti, he took almost like a Dot thing and took this 5-year off and came back with a whole promising album, right? But Magnolia, that one song took over the chart. It took over the clubs. It took over just you cooking out in your backyard. It took over the local music scene. Everybody doing their own raps and remixes to Magnolia. So for me to see Playboi Carti to go from like one hit and is rocking the sound waves to having 4 active hits on the radio and media base show that even him taking a hiatus, he came back stronger analytically. A lot of people might not like his music. It may not be for me either personally, but to see the analytics and the progress that he went through, I think it's such a great thing.
Commercial.
The Weeknd song is going to be the
record,
hit.
Yeah. You said the what? Which one?
Rather Lie.
Rather Lie. Yeah.
Evil Jordan, Rather Lie.
It's the most mainstream sounding. While you look that up, it's what I really...
Here it is.
Oh, no, you go first then.
Okay, so actually it's 3 of the records that we're playing. Good Credit, Rather Lie,
Kendrick.
and Crush.
There's a rumor that there's a good credit video going down. I saw some mysterious photo this morning, but we'll see.
Well, on that point,
will Kendrick even be in the video if there is a video? We don't know.
What I hate is, so there's now a narrative going around that Kendrick ruined hip hop, and there's a few artists who have been saying that because Kendrick was.
I got so much to say about this. I'm gonna let Jeremy and them go, but I got so much to say about this, and y'all might not like my answer, but I promise, like, once you hear me out, it'll be good.
So lyrical, and everyone overthinks Kendrick's lyrics. Now nobody can have fun anymore.
Did you see that number 8 on the chart though? What's that number 8?
Not Like Us. Still
Look behind you, Jeremy Heck.
Oh God.
It's the longest running solo rap song to stay in the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100.
They said it wouldn't last.
I thought we was gonna wrap this shit up by what was it? November? Was people saying?
Yeah.
Oh, this shit over. Super Bowl it'll be over. It was first November.
It'll be over before the Super Bowl.
Then it was Super Bowl, February, and now we're here. And it's still number 8 on the Billboard Top 100. Hot 100.
8 years.
Number 8.
So
that's insane, Elliott Wilson.
A hit is a hit. It's amazing.
Did you see the MLB commercial with Elliott Wilson?
I did not, sir.
Was it TV off?
Yes. The fucking MLB, the Major League Baseball. You know who's a part of Major League Baseball? The Yankees.
Yankees?
The Yankees. The Yankees are part of Major League Baseball, Elliott Wilson.
The Dodgers too?
There's clips of the Yankees and the Mets all hitting the ball, the TV off.
Hitting the ball,
the TV off. How you feel about that?
I grew up loving baseball. I grew up trying to be a professional baseball player. That was my father's dream for me.
Well, yeah, but literally to that point. Okay, so look at the
Why
charts.
you
You look at Playboy Cardi.
Oh,
Somebody saying that Kendrick Lamar is ruining the fun in music. First of all, I want to say you can't have it both ways, because I sat here.
Do you want to see how much money you're eligible for if you were in a car crash within the last 2 years?
10 weeks ago and said, what Kendrick is doing right now is going to affect the landscape where people are going to care about lyrics more. They're going to dive into lyrics more. They're still going to be able to listen to music, but this is going to bring a shift in where we're headed musically. Okay, that everyone on that side of things go, no, Kendrick's just one art. Everyone's going to forget about this. No one's going to care about lyrics. This is just a battle. This is just a battle. Cool. Now they're trying to say, well, Kendrick's ruining the fun in music. Everyone's overanalyzing. Everyone's trying to be too lyrical and breaking things down, and we can't have fun anymore. Which one is it?
No, and again, that's why it was great that Kendrick gave those free features to
on
Cardi,
Playboy Cardi
and was in his world, his sonics, his world. It wasn't about great lyricism necessarily in these Cardi records, but we still enjoyed them.
And I think the fact that Cardi is able to do numbers like that shows, yes, you can. Cardi didn't say shit on this album. Like, he had a couple bars here and there. He is not talking about anything meaningful.
Somebody said
so that's still able to be on the charts.
I got pushback on that, Jeremy. You say not quotables. They said, what about the
yeah, no, that was funny.
The fine shit one?
My girl's so fine she can't even step outside. My girl's so fine I can't even post her online.
Yeah, that's a little cute.
Yeah, no, he had some fun little things. But I'm
produced
saying,
by my guy Cash Cobain too. Fine shit. Cash Cobain's on production.
Shout out to Cash Cobain. But I'm just saying, I feel like the hypocrisy is running deep on that statement specifically because, like, Playboy Cardi's topping the charts, and that's not overthinking music. That's not,
So what is it, then, Jeremy Heck, if it's not thinking music?
Fun music. It's vibes.
And Jeremy, how do you feel when you're outright, head was out of town and you got really feisty about this Doshi?
You got feisty?
This Doshi discourse that
you were feisty.
He was. Did you hear him on the thing?
Oh, I heard him, but I didn't know.
Talking to the camera like he was DJHed.
I wouldn't describe. I wouldn't describe.
So I want to stop going to break before they get into the Doshi topic to talk about, did Kendrick ruin hip hop? I feel they really. Jeremy only touched on it. The other two really didn't. But my whole sentiment, because I am what I'm gonna say here. I'm gonna take this on and move it to like my own thought, my own think piece on just clearly this topic. But for me, did Kendrick ruin hip hop? Yes, Kendrick did, and that was his goal, and that was his whole plan. Now. Also, this also run concurrently with all the Ricos that's going on in hip hop, right? And it starts with this. It starts with the labels pushing drill music to the forefront. We got to go back to the Chief Keefs of the world and say, hey, they pushing all this violence, they doing all of this, but it used to be in the raps, it used to be in the music, but they pushed it to the forefront. Let's talk about T Grizzly pushing the drill music to the play-by-play of what he did on his op to the forefront, right? So now everybody in the world, like Thug, Dirk, all the rapping people, they catching Ricos. Whether it's a state Rico for conspiracy or it's the big bad Rico with everything else. Then you also had the Cat Williams interview to say, hey, come out and tell your truth. Also talking about P. Diddy. Also talk about after Diddy going to jail, Kendrick put out Let the Party Die. Not just the all-white party, but the party in general of how people is running shit. And now people aren't putting out music no more. UMG analytics could potentially go down because Kendrick straight up mess with Drake vibes, mess with everybody vibes to where that shit Drake doing now, Drake fed a whole ecosystem of people. Notice, this is why music is dead. Because quote-unquote Drake brought the vibes. And off those Drake vibes and off those Drake features and Drake here and Drake there and Drake putting out album after album after album, it fucked with the whole ecosystem. Right? And what Kendrick directly did was crash the whole ecosystem. So did Kendrick ruin hip-hop? Yes. Because it was his intended goal to ruin hip-hop by this motherfucker here. And also it ran concurrently with all the Ricos and Diddy going to jail. Y'all might not like what I'm saying, but I have my own more to add about this in the think pieces. But yeah, so we want to thank Shannon Sharp and Cat Williams. We want to thank them for that Cat Williams interview who had Kendrick potentially saying, hey, yo, fuck this. After Drake dropped First Person Shooter, Kendrick ain't say nothing on the other side of the year. Cat Williams dropped that interview, and that was it. In April, we got like that when Kendrick said, "Fuck the bit me, nigga. It just bit me, nigga." Boom. So, did he do it? Yes, but Kendrick knew what he was doing, and he gave the warning shots to Drake and the whole world saying, hey, don't go here. Hey, don't do this. It's not supposed to be like this, but I will go there if I have to. And Kendrick also in the party, being Let the Party Die, he also said, hey, Lecrae, what would you do? Also, D1 hopped on his own track. So yeah, it's so snagging because Kendrick undeniable went towards the ecosystem, got the top man of the ecosystem, which is Drake, and killed the whole vibe. So yeah, we not getting music. The music labels probably aren't getting a big return back on what they needed to. So that's my thought. I still have more to say. But if you run with what I'm saying makes complete sense. So whether you like it or not, it's either going to be to y'all F Kendrick for doing this or thank you Kendrick for doing this so we can redefine to why we got the Will Smiths coming through of being free and just talking his talk. And that's probably the potential hip-hop rappity rap where it's supposed to be. All right.
This grown-ass man is feisty.
Oh, he was feisty.
Spicy? What would we say?
I said he was irate.
Is worse than
You're
feisty?
incapable of being spicy.
I said he was an irate white boy
No.
at the time.
No.
I said irate at the time.
No.
You said irate white.
You could travel the world looking for spices though if you want.
But do you feel vindicated? As you said, you mentioned the record Anxiety. It's now in the top 10.
Number 10.
Redemption.
Well, yeah. I mean, that whole conversation. I don't want to get fired up again about it, but it just annoys. It still annoys me. It still annoys me. People are like,
"No, do it in front of the end." What bothers you now?
Well, no, he stands up for black women. I could dig that.
Started in the bedroom. It started with nothing. Heck, tell him.
This song was from literally 7 years ago.
It's a young girl with a dream. It's a young girl with a dream. Did you had a black woman with a dream?
She literally, yeah. So I mean,
want to know.
It's up there now.
Shout out to Doechii, but I want to know why you were so passionate about this.
I switched from due dates to due dates, and it made me go from weeks behind to weeks ahead of my deadlines. You see, I used to just...
What sparked it that week specifically?
The trolls of the internet.
You know what? I think I just it was too much into everywhere I looked online. And again, I know that online is not reality. She had just done Paris Fashion Week. She walked out to a crowd full of people. I was more annoyed that people like to say like, "Oh, this is Twitter. This isn't the real world." And the same people that were saying that were ignoring Doechii in the real world, set like with hundreds of people, she could barely move in Paris as a superstar, discrediting her come up that you can clearly see online when you can go back and look at it. I was just mad that it's like, okay, if you're willing to do no research at all, no due diligence, and not even look at who you're talking about before you're telling us who this person is, then you have no ability to have a say on this topic. So I just wanted everyone to shut the fuck up. That's all.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Double entendre.
Yeah. But yeah, Anxiety is a 7-year-old song or whatever, 5-year-old song, and it's a top 10 hit. That's also a great lesson to artists of like, if you have some good shit, it's never the wrong time. You know, it might be the wrong time to release it when you make it.
There's no expiration date.
Yeah, exactly. No expiration date. Sometime in the future, it could work.
Did you play outside as a kid?
Yeah, I did a lot. Yeah.
It was too cold, man. Out there in Canada.
All we had was our summer. So when you had the summer opportunity, you were outside every day.
What'd you do when you was playing outside?
I was playing basketball in the driveway, with friends on the street, but also sometimes I would be like pretending like, you know, like the classic, all right, 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm LeBron. You know what I mean? Like
buzzer beater.
You acted like LeBron?
I acted like every person on the team. So I would be passing and stuff too.
Who would be passing?
Me to myself.
No, I'm saying who would you be emulating as a passer?
Eric Snow or
so
somebody.
So you say Eric Snow can't shoot?
Well, I wanted LeBron to get the last shot. Sometimes he wasn't able to. Sometimes there was too much of a defender.
I was asking this question to a couple of the homies because I want to know when the shift happened, and I want your perspective on this. We can move on. I want to know Elliott Wilson's perspective on this. When did music shift and become like this emotional thing? Like when did you notice the shift where music became an emoting like mechanism as opposed to it just being turn up or just being fun or just being, I mean, you've always had facets of thought-provoking music. You've always had people who said stuff in their music. You've always had protest music. But when did the culture become emotional?
Probably it's parallel to the internet and YouTubes and social media more that we got more comfortable. I remember this used to be, people forget there was a huge step of doing something on camera, right? And now we feel like everything's on camera. It's not real if it's not on camera. So I think the more of the post YouTube into social media of sharing so much being on camera, we see more vulnerability and emotion and people feeling like they need to share everything when we have I remember a world where so much was not documented.
Correct.
You know, I'm a XXL. We didn't have cameras shooting everything I did during those times. So I think it's that. I think it's a parallel of us getting more comfortable being in front of a camera. Our phones becoming cameras. Our phones becoming, you know, the iPhone itself. So I think all those things of like putting the like onus on video content and us being more comfortable sharing and putting ourselves out there shows all our sides that we all go through tough things and we all have tough lives and emotions. And I think it reflects.
Because I just remember the reason why that's why I asked you that question. Because I remember having a conversation. I don't remember say who it was, but a streamer that you all love said they told me that, you know, he never went outside and played as a kid. They grew up on the internet.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
So because they didn't grew up on the internet, everything is like either a reality show, it's either WWE or it's real.
And it's on video.
And it's all out there for the world
documented.
To see.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
As opposed to it being, I remember when I remember the era in which that I wanted to become a DJ. It was Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, and it was turned up in the hyphy movement. I'm like, oh, I got to be able to move the crowd like this. Yep. Jermaine Dupri and Rick Rock, and like that was like, oh, this is the shit. Lil Jon.
Early 2000s.
Correct.
Right? Yep.
And I was like, oh, I want to be a DJ. That's when I decided, like, I want to learn the craft of
But
DJing.
you couldn't see it if you wasn't in those communities, right? You couldn't see.
Because I was outside.
What that looks like. Yeah.
I was outside. And so I wanted to know when the shit, because I remember also if you go back to the 50 Cent G-Unit era, right?
Again, early 2000s.
Not Hunger for More, when Beg for Mercy and all that shit came out, I remember that happening before, but I was too young to understand it. When West Side Connection came out, they dropped this record called, I think it's called Too Many Rappers in Love. It was Too Many Rappers in Love. And the hook was Too Many Rappers in Love on the radio. And they was taking shots at all the LL Cool J type niggas that was making all these love songs because it was all like love and emotional and shit like that, right? And then West Side Connection came in like, man, fuck all that, this gangster shit. And then we went into a gangster era, right? Then it happened again. Ja Rule was he started to sing rap melody shit that everybody give Drake credit for. He started doing that. Then G-Unit came and was like, nah, nigga, we doing gangster shit. Eminem, and it just became this whole Shady Aftermath thing, right? And then I remember that era happening, and so I'm trying to, for this era, put that in perspective.
Well, so
if that makes sense.
No, it does. I would say I'm the last era that had life before the internet and life with the internet.
Right.
Like, I remember logging on to like Windows 97 or 98 for the first time, and this was like I had a couple hours a night where it's like, okay, you can log on to the computer and do something. Yeah, exactly. Like download LimeWire, right? But I would say a couple generations later, kids grew up with like an iPad, right? The iPad generation. And so I think when the disconnect is like, online is real life for these people. Like there's that viral tweet where Tyler, the creator, is like, how can you get cyberbullied? Just log off.
Yeah, one classic.
And I always say,
them, it's real.
To them, it's real. To them, they're logging out of reality. Correct. Like, yes, I logged off, but now I have no idea what all my friends are saying and doing. I'm going to school the next day, and I have no clue what happened in the world. I have no in on the conversations. Correct. And I think that's why music has had this big impact of like, celebrity and musicians are still the most impactful thing in the world. Movies, not everybody sees every movie, right? Like TV shows, sometimes you have cultural moments where everyone gathers around and everyone watches it, like an Insecure or whatever it might be. But music is the one thing that you have an opinion on. Like everyone in the world had some sort of knowledge of this Kendrick Drake battle. That's why it became such a cultural moment. Yeah. And not only that, your only place of like, they talk about like the third meeting place or whatever. It's like a coffee shop where people meet. Or now the meeting place is online. So everybody has this one common place that like I can go to and have an opinion and we can all share and see the same thing. So I think now the music has to mirror, people like trying to create cultural moments with their music that people then can be online and react to. That's what trends are. That's what like a TikTok trend is, because it's like now everyone can live with the music in a common space.
Yeah, online. I would just encourage people that you can do both. Like a lot of times people be like, Elliott, you're on IG all day and you putting stuff up, blah, blah. But I'm running around, I'm doing shit, I'm walking, I'm not just in the house all day on the laptop. Sometimes I am, but like I'll be frustrated sometimes because I'm trying to get all this shit up and like, it's like this corner of the street has bad Wi-Fi. Or this
How do you do it, like, by the way? I've always been...
I be outside, I be in these streets.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. And it's so crazy that Elliott like be on the internet all day. And I be at work, so I haven't been on the internet all day today. But he be on the internet all day, and I be on the internet all day right along with him. And it's like, bro, you just got to get shit done, and you might take a break, and you might come back to it. But we'll never know because we all on the internet at the same time. Like, I'm waiting for Elliott to post to give my remarks. What did he think about this? Elliott, let's have a conversation about this because I know that's a hot topic. I know that's a hot topic. I want to give my response so that Elliott Wilson can see it, but I never understood either. So I'm waiting on Elliott to answer this question for me too.
And like you like immediately see it, you crop out the logo, and then you just put it on like, and then you just put it up. Like, do you have an app? Like, what's
it's complex? It starts with cropping out the logo.
Yeah, that's step one.
I always say that's why it's got to be just me. It can't be anybody else because it's a journalism decision. I think this is important. I think this is worthy. I think that this is what the conversation is going to be. So when I see something, I can quickly make a decision of, I want to share this or I don't want to share this, and I try to rip it as fast as I can and get it up. So it's a quick-minded editorial decision. I tend to not lean towards the salacious shit unless it's really necessary. So I just note that I feel this is newsworthy. It's my judgment call in real time. And then that's the ones I will get up with urgency because I feel like this is important. If I was a fan of hip-hop, this is what I want to know is going on right now. And sometimes it's even outside our culture. Again, going back to LeBron and Stephen A. Smith, like that's still hip-hop to me. So it's really just an editorial decision. You know?
Speaking of people who are hip hop, you have been on record
He's
saying,
lining me up again.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about Childish Gambino.
The white man came in with bullets ready to line me up.
No, you said that Jack Harlow is hip-hop.
Premeditated murder, premeditated heck.
I didn't even meditate today, so if I crash out, it's because of that. I know.
Okay,
I know.
yeah.
But you said Jack Harlow is hip hop, but he has a new single with Doja Cat. Who did you say Doja Cat?
Doja not hip hop?
I said Doja wasn't hip hop in the past. Yes.
Okay, so he's kind of in the lane of I think
like
he's hip hop.
Do you
like
this Doja?
You like it? You
Who's
like
more
it?
hip hop, Doja or Childish Gambino?
I don't think neither one are hip hop.
Who's more hip hop?
On the scale, on the spectrum of hip hop.
Again, I view
Who's more
Gambino.
hip hop, Elliott Wilson?
Doja, because he's a musician. I view Gambino as an actor first, cosplaying as a musician, let alone a hip hop person.
Not again.
He is a brilliant actor.
And
you know
a
where
brilliant
Doja Cat is
musician.
from?
Can you receive that?
No.
Because you love Sam Jackson, all these other niggas. Donald Glover is really that. Donald Glover is a brilliant thespian. He's a brilliant actor.
I agree.
Okay, so that's skill A. Skill B, he could do the musician shit.
He's a brilliant musician too. Okay, we don't need to go into this.
So,
Donald, we don't need to do this right now. But wait.
Okay, here's what I think that, yeah.
See, and that thing, Elliott, ever since this show started and this conversation has came up, this is the one thing I criticize. Well, maybe 3 or 4 things from just show viewpoint of what he gives his articulation about. But this is one thing that I give a negative to Elliott. And I don't think I'm going to let this go until he changes his mind. Because Childish Gambino is directly hip-hop. And I just want to make this one point here before he make his point. Is that people will make a song before they go make the music video. Right? So Donald Glover / Childish Gambino, I believe, is really a rapper first, going into the actor, and we just know him for his acting to piggyback off of how he really feel on his rapping shit. Because if you think about the concept, is that music, a certain genre, a certain era, was a soundtrack to our lives without the music video, and then came in with the videos, then the videos vixens, of course. Childish Gambino is directly, he is hip-hop. And Elliott, along with this, you're going to keep getting crushed about this, because Black America, to the people that really know, this is like you disrespecting like Issa Rae on the level. And a lot of people don't talk back to Elliott about this tape, but because I'm doing this review, I think a lot of people feel how I feel about this. It's like the utmost disrespect you can get to a black actor. And it's like you backhanding Will Smith. Like if Will Smith didn't rap, then he went into act. Like I feel like he's right in the sense of we know him for acting. And he went to the rapper, so he cosplaying because he know how to do it well. But then he gives it to Drake. It's like the backhanded slap is just in full effect here. And Elliott, when people start digging, going back to my point earlier of sitting down with a person like a nobody like me, I think that, Elliott, we're going to have to keep revisiting this, and we're going to have to keep giving you our thoughts and our viewpoint on this, because this is another point that they're going to shine you from. And I don't like this from you, Elliott, because I really look at you as a journalist who's trying to understand nuance, to understand how it's not just this one lane no more, and we are different people. You are a media personality, a journalist, and like a judger, versus a person like me. I am a person that loves to read like grand jury indictment. I love reading indictment that's coming out. I love being a person that I feel like now is a new YouTuber. I feel like I'm a person that like a part-time mini entrepreneur. I am all those different things, and you might only know me from being in the comment section. But as you get to know certain people, you will say, well, hey, well, maybe she really just had this just went on Front Street first. But it takes for me to be on Front Street to get for me to know you like this. So, Elliott, We're gonna have to talk about this.
I think that I'd stand by both those things. I still don't necessarily think Doja is my cup of tea. I don't consider hip hop. I consider more a pop artist that can rap well. That's how I view her. But I am impressed by her with Jack Harlow because I feel like Jack is authentically hip hop. I think that there's a true collaboration there between the two. I think that she showed out as an MC with the extra bars and like really was because she's inspired by doing this record with Jack, really showcased, you know, her abilities in ways I hadn't really heard before. So I really enjoyed the record. With Jack Harlow, I was thinking too, because I was saying before, like, he's just throwing out these loose records. Like, I don't understand what the strategy is. And then he went on saying low, and he was honest. He was like, look, I'm putting out these singles. I feel they're good. Will they fit the album? I don't know. I'm just cooking up. And I think part of it is I feel like I wanted to ask you guys, like, again, you know, I'm a big Harlow fan. I'm a big Jackman fan. I feel like there is a disconnect now where Harlow is not being treated as one of the elite rappers in the game right now. When his stats back it up, to me, his credibility moves back it up. He has 4 records that came out this year, and I like all of them. I wonder where it is, and is it a white MC theory of like the white MC is the outsider kind of thing now, which I thought we had gotten past, but I feel like when you look at what's happened recently, it seems like we're right back in that boat. Because I come from the whole no one wants to embrace Eminem because we got burned on Vanilla Ice type shit. And I feel like now, in this new game, you know, we canceled Macklemore, we canceled Action Bronson.
Why did we cancel Action Bronson?
When he was critical of Ghostface Killer.
Oh, yeah.
Macklemore apologized to Kendrick. And I also blame our guy Post Malone. I feel like when Post Malone kind of pivoted out of the Iverson and went pop and country, like the people, white MCs ain't getting the credit they deserve right now. And I feel like Harlow is one of those ones. Like, I feel like he's dope. And I wonder what you guys' opinion of is why he's not being received in that conversation of like one of the best rappers out here right now. With the track record to back it up. What's popping just went diamond, you know?
Well, someone uniquely qualified to talk about the white person in hip hop. This is my conversation.
Ain't enough love for Mac Miller's posthumous album.
Yeah, sure.
The white MCs ain't getting no love right now.
You know what?
White MCs, I know I've been through this before. I did a white rapper show. I've seen it.
That show is crazy.
My criteria is there. I see this world. I see this play before.
And I would add that the reason why they potentially aren't doing good in it is because they don't have the vibe. The music shit is on stop. Music is killed right now. So if they can't even formulate the vibes, then how the fuck they gonna hijack it to even do it, Elliott? They ain't got the inspo out here.
Nobody wants to say it. The white MCs is in danger right now, man. Show love to the white MCs.
In danger?
Yes.
Jack Harlow got 4 slaps this year. Hello, Miss Johnson. What's the other ones?
Exactly.
The Tranquility wasn't a slap, but it was a good song.
To see something, and let's do one with Doja.
The see 4 slaps this year.
4 slaps.
To see something.
He remembers one name. I didn't think your crash show would come in defense of white rappers today, but
with more defense of Jack Harlow, and whether or not you guys feel like there is like, again, this sort of like barrier of a white MC getting that. Even Eminem post legacy doesn't get enough credit, right? As one of the great ones of all time.
That album did great for him.
But even with that, he doesn't get talked about as one of the GOATs when he should always be in that competition. Not enough. Yes. Not enough in our community. I don't think he has.
Eminem doesn't get talked about as a GOAT? In what community?
As a GOAT, but not like in a competitive conversation of like to a Jay-Z, to a fucking Nas, to an Eminem, to a Tupac, to a Biggie, like those bigger conversations. I feel like he has his own legendary corner where we're saying, yeah, he's one of the GOATs, but not in a competitive way where, you know, even I love Hov. Is he greater than Hov all time? We don't view him that way.
He said he's stuck at number 5 on the list on that song, right? He's like, I'm how am I number 5 on your list when I've burned people higher than me on it? But to your point, I do think there is something to be said about the people leaving.
I'm not only crazy.
No, about people leaving hip hop behind, and so people are critical
of the white
naturally MC. Of just white people in hip hop, because there's been a lot of people that come in, use hip hop, leave, and then never look back. Right? Post Malone
Blame Post Malone.
He started off in hip hop, and then now he's doing country albums. And then we have like someone like Ian, right, who comes in, and Tyler is very much critical of and on record saying, you know, like this kid's just like mocking Future, cosplaying Future, and it's because people are so like I called it the white pivot foot, where like a lot of white rappers.
I love that dance.
A lot of white rappers would have one foot in the door, one foot out, and then when it didn't fit them, they'd pump fake, go the other way.
Which is why we had our Tommy Richmond discourse.
Yes, that started the whole Tommy Richmond discourse. I think Jack, if anything, has proven though that he's not one of those people.
Yes,
the Tranquility song.
Hello, Miss Johnson. Tranquility, Set You Free. Just Us featuring Doja Cat.
The Tranquility song.
Jackman.
I mean, I'd go 2 and 2, but the
oh my God, what's going on here? I'm frightened. What is this? I'm frightened. Security.
This is the one.
Finish talking.
So the Tranquility song, I think, clearly showed that he wants to be in hip hop. The Jackman album.
Sidebar. Logic fucked it up for a lot of y'all too.
Hold on, let him finish.
Logic fucked it up for a lot of
y'all
too.
I
see Logic. I'm triggered.
You don't respect the white people.
The biracial brother Logic. I'm sorry. My bad. I got triggered by the backdrop. Blame my production, Alex. Your fault.
Alex not even doing it.
Yellow Wolf looking at me all crazy and shit. Why Yellow Wolf looking at me all crazy?
CT doing it.
Why is Yellow Wolf looking at me all crazy?
Finish what you were saying, fool.
Sorry, DJ.
So,
DJHed. Everybody fucking DJ today.
DJ, what the heck?
My team.
So Jack has proved that he wants to be in hip hop and that he cares.
Yes.
Now it's tough when you care so much about that credibility and you're also trying to balance being a hit maker like Jack Harlow does. I think that those two things are hard to do. We've seen artists at the very top do it, but only the top artists have really been able to balance this, like respect as an MC and then also put out pop hits. Like that's a very tough balance to do. I really didn't like this Jack song at all.
Wow. You mean like the Big Two?
What's that? Yeah, the Big Two. Yeah, the Big Two have definitely been able to do that.
Okay, continue.
But I think Jack, I'm not mad at the attempt. Like, I'm not mad at him. Even on Lovin' On Me, he literally says, he's like, on the song, he says, you know, for the dudes in the back, like waiting on the next, like just wait on the next track. I'll be there, right?
So it felt too commercial. Like
yeah, he knows that he's trying to be commercial and balanced. So I feel for him in the sense of like that's a very tough balance to do. I think he will be able to do it. This song to me just wasn't it, but I am looking forward to the album. I just think like Doja can rap her ass off, Jack can rap his ass off. This felt like the attempt to merge those worlds of rapping well and also having a pop hit, and I just didn't like it. I don't know. That was.
I disagree. I actually like the song. I just ain't gonna get.
I don't feel bad for none of these niggas.
I actually do like the song. I just feel like it's not gonna get enough radio play based on what Elliott said. But also, we just seen the whole situation to piggyback what Elliott said with the Post Malone of just getting it because of this genre, and their teams may feel because this genre is kind of right now at a halt that maybe we can bring this in to get it back with two white people in their faces. So could be.
Why you feel bad for somebody, man? Do I want a #1 record in the country, or I do want Elliott Wilson to post my shit? I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? Make the slap and then do what you want to do.
Yeah. No, I don't feel bad. I'm just saying.
But it's Jack Harlow's record.
You said you feel bad for people like this who go through this.
No, I said it's basically a conundrum to be in.
It's not a conundrum.
It is. They
make the slap, do what you want to do,
and then do a freestyle.
Yeah. Go rap on Sway.
Yeah. You could do.
Give me the slap. Fuck what they talking about.
But what if you feel like you're giving them the slap? Like Jack Harlow feel like maybe those were records with slaps and they're not being received that way.
Jack Harlow came out what year, Jeremy Hecht?
2015, maybe. 2017, maybe closer to that.
What's
Poppin' was 2018, I want to say.
No, because the remix went on during
2019.
So it was 2019-ish, right? Tyler Hero.
Yeah, 2020.
2020? No, Roddy came out 2019.
What's Poppin' was released January 21st, 2020. So right before pandemic.
So what was his first album?
Why is everybody putting up with ads like it's 2010? Like it's 2025, guys. Just use Pi. This Chrome extension takes 5 seconds.
But he had an album before that. It was
I'm talking about
that's before he got with drama.
I'm talking about the Generation Now album.
That was probably 2020, that same year. Or 2020.
So he had Confetti was 2019.
It's independent.
But he had like Loose was 2018.
God damn it, Jeremy Hecht. What's the Generation Now album?
He's only counting DJ Drama.
Right? No, that's what they all say is where I'm starting.
Oh, okay. Well,
no. That's where I'm starting, right?
Okay, so I would say, he was bubbling then. That's what they all say was his like, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, so 2020.
Yeah.
So in 5 years, Jack Harlow has had 2 #1 records in the country.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for him. You know who hasn't had a #1 record in the country? Everybody.
No, I don't feel bad for Jack Harlow. I definitely don't feel bad for Jack Harlow.
It's just, bro, just fucking, like, this ain't that deep. He wants to be a rapper. He can rap. We know that Jack Harlow is a dope MC.
Yeah.
But he also understands. Jack Harlow is very strategic. He's very smart. He understands what he's doing. 100%. He put it in the record.
Yeah.
Right?
He literally said it.
Yeah.
He literally said it in the record. Me and him, I've texted. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, he's completely aware and cerebral as far. Even his collaborations and the person he looks up to, which is, Elliott's guy. He looks at his moves.
Guy again.
Yeah, and he wants to balance that best of both worlds.
He wants that spot that formerly belonged to him, and he also wants to feed his rap, appetite. Cool. So there's a way to do that. You give us #1 record in the country, and then you go rap. Just go rap.
But I think
trying to figure out ways to, like, creatively merge the two and do all that, and that's where it starts to get murky, and that's where you get criticism.
But if Harlow does have the talent, why is he here in the modern day impacting like the way an Eminem came in the game and impacted? Why is he not impacting?
Because Harlow don't do inflammatory things Harlow is just a good rapper. He don't disrespect nobody. He not finna call you out your name. He not finna do nothing inflammatory.
There's no controversy.
There's no controversy to Jack. Like, Jack is a good dude. He's genuinely a good dude. People pick on him because he's the white guy in hip hop. That's a good dude. That dude that probably can take your girl, but he not like old boy.
And put it in your face.
Correct. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you could F your girl in private.
If he do fuck with your girl, it won't be on the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The other nigga had your girl at the SoFi Stadium 50-yard line with nobody in that motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think Jack feels the pressure of trying to catch a hit, like you said, and trying to. I think you made the point there, right? He's trying to merge those worlds rather than separating it. But he feels the pressure, like he needs to make a hit in order to have this album. I think the label system too. He's still a part of the major label system, and so
a new regime, as DJHed would say,
right.
Atlantic has a whole new regime that he's trying to please too. There's new ownership there.
And they feel like the need to be like, this is our star. We need a massive hit in order to put out this album. I think they're searching for it, and I just don't think that's happened quite yet.
Wait, did one of our lights go out? Any problem?
The power might be out.
Oh. Yeah, look at what's going on.
That was one of the promos when we launched Real 92.3.
What'd they do?
In LA. When they launched Real 92.3 in LA, the promos are crazy. Turn the power off.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
This is Real 92.3. It was like, oh shit.
It was pretty blatant. I remember I was interning at Power during that time, and I
those online. I want to hear those. Are those online? Like on YouTube?
DJ Drama was the voice of Real 92.3, and he was saying that shit.
Turn that power off.
He was like, yeah. He was like, yo. He was like, can't pay their light bills, I guess. The power's off in LA.
Wow.
It's Real 92.3. It was like, oh shit.
Didn't Dr. Dre have one too?
Yeah, people they had these liners that we had people read that said he said when you hear me on that other station, that's just industry business.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
just,
and he's like, this is the right. It was crazy.
Hope these are on YouTube.
It was
somewhere.
They took them off.
You got to find them, man.
I got them.
I want to hear them. You said it?
Yeah, I'll play them.
It was crazy. I literally remember being an intern and being so confused. So I was interning at Power. This was 2017. Real started 2015. So it was still fresh. And I remember being at a festival or industry event, and like I was friends with another intern at the other station, and I went like to go say what's up to them, and I was like, "Yo, how's it going?" Whatever. And then like I walk back to like the Power camp, and they're like,
"You're not allowed to talk."
No, they're like, "What were you doing over there?" And I was like, "Oh, like just saying what's up to my boy." Like they're like, "We don't do that over here. You're on this side." I was like, "Oh, it's like
hey, bro,
that."
Let me tell you something. So the powers that be came here from the East Coast to launch iHeart, Real 92.3 in LA, 2015. I got hired. I'm the LA guy. I get hired, and they're like, yeah, we don't really, we don't want no brand convolutions. I understand from a branding standpoint, we're putting you on the radio. We're spending all this marketing money to brand you as a personality here. We don't want you commingling and taking pictures and people thinking that you're on that other station type shit. Branding makes sense, I guess. Mm-hmm. But then it like Jeremy said, it became like a thing, like subculture, where it's like, yeah, well, I don't really.
You can't even socialize with these
I'm like, listen, bro, let me explain something to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm from LA, bro. I don't got a problem with a nigga unless I got a problem with a nigga. If I got a problem with a nigga, if I got a problem with a nigga, this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? This is where I work. I fuck with this, but I ain't got a problem with this nigga because he over there. Because if I tell my people that I got a problem with this nigga, it's gonna be a problem, and a problem for y'all is a problem for me.
And that's gonna be a real Jason Martin.
That's a problem.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just how it works. So I was like, I don't station bang. They call it station. they call it station banging. Like they do that shit in New York. Like when
we had 97.
Like we heard about those stories a little bit from Joe Budden, a little bit from I think like a Sway, like a Big Boy. Like people would tell stories like this is. I think even also like Roy and Mal almost. Giving stories like, oh yeah, we couldn't go F with XYZ, even with Ebro's way. Like they always give little subtle stories, they don't really get a whole thing. But you couldn't go to another station. So I understand how the competitive, but low key it did work in that era, but it also messed up. So it's a two-edged sword to where it messed up the field, but also understanding how the era was messed up, but understanding how competitive shit was. But it was all under the same umbrella where we got tricked thinking that they was their own entities and the whole time that they won, right? It had people going against each other to now where a whole lot of people, like collapse mean a lot to the older generation now because they never could have it.
Legendary.
Yeah, that shit was epic. But I'm just saying, I can't participate in that type of shit. Even now, like the bigger picture versus whatever the fuck, I can't play them games. Like that's a luxury.
That's not a problem.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car.
It's not a problem if it's a problem.
If it's a problem, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. Then we problem.
Like,
every time DJ sings this problem, you gotta have a drink.
So did you?
How we turn a malfunction into a whole fucking segment? That's how good you guys are, man.
I'm
going back to LA Radio Beat.
I'm the GOAT of turning tragedy into triumph. Put some respect on my name. Fucking GOAT.
That's 2 T's. Tragedy and triumph.
Yeah.
2 T's. That's
Put
the
2
real
T's on my shit.
The real 2 T's.
The fucking GOAT.
Did you guys tune into the big media link up that happened? This past week, there was all of our favorite characters in one spot.
It's only 4 hours long. It's only 4 hours long.
4 hours long. It was academics, Vlad, Whack.
Oh, I saw that
shit. The leaders of the hip hop media independent space, as they say.
Yeah,
independent media space. Leaders of the hip hop independent media space.
Shout out to my nigga Whack.
Yeah.
Besides Joe Budden wasn't there.
You might have to call Whack. There's a lot going on. We might need to talk to Whack, but. Yeah, I didn't tune in though. Did you?
Some of the highlights.
You guys saw some clips?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Should we do that? Should we find some colleagues to cheer up with and link up with?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can bring some people in the studio.
Go on the East. They're all on the East Coast. We got to go on tour. We have to go to the East Coast and invade people's platforms.
Yeah. Somebody called it Uncultured United.
Who was that dude?
Which one?
Trap Boy Ross.
In the back.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Who's that? CT. Remo.
Yeah.
And Trap Law Ross. Don't forget Trap Law in the corner with Vlad. Trap Law. Have you ever watched a Trap Law video?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shout out to Whack. You said what?
Have you ever watched the Trap Law Ross video?
I've never consumed any content on the screen.
It's only on the screen.
On any screen ever?
No, I'm saying I don't consume the content.
Oh, the content of these individuals.
I don't consume content from these people.
Yeah. I have a couple of those TVs off.
I did notice that Academics loves to link up. He kind of was the force, kind of more guiding everything. Even though it was on Adam's platform, the Jumper platform. I feel like Academics kind of was really the most engaged in the overall kind of controlling the room, Jeremy Hect style, playing point guard to the conversation.
That's why Academics to go what he did.
Oh,
shout out Big Act.
What do you say? God bless him.
God bless him.
God bless them all.
God bless him.
Peace to everybody. God bless them. Stay on stream.
Yeah.
Kings.
Yeah. They were saying that you were right about your prediction when it comes to staying on stream for the next 8 years or something like that. Your 8-year plan, 4-year plan. They just announced that Kendrick is the internet. Everybody. Everybody's talking about
the screen.
At least you said they, not everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Everybody's saying.
Everybody's saying it. But no, it was that Kendrick is going to potentially be part of the Olympics, and that's upcoming. And they said, DJ, this is a tweet. they said, so Kendrick Lamar is truly an LA icon. This is a quote. It would be a pretty fair bet that Kendrick will be involved in the Olympics in Los Angeles in some way. This is Casey Wasserman, who is organizing committee chairman of the 2028 Olympics. And
so it's still not official yet, but DJHed gave us the heads up.
He gave us the heads up. Yeah.
He hinted that you could see this happening. Kendrick Lamar at the Olympics in Los Angeles.
So I just told you niggas it's gonna be a long 4 years for y'all. You know what I'm saying? If this is not what you like, turn the TV off.
Facts.
Because this is not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
This energy, this texture.
It's LeBron energy. LeBron's buying into this, isn't he?
It's not going nowhere.
So
bro.
Lakers gonna win the championship?
Yep.
I mean, I can't see the future, Elliott Wilson, but
I'm about right.
You have a white man named Luka. I think he got a good shot now.
I think we have a very good opportunity to take home a chip this season. You know, I think the Dodgers have an opportunity.
Yes.
I think the shit. Even look at what USC got going on. Like, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like,
facts.
That's interesting. And my glasses tripping?
No.
It looks great now.
That's the Sega Genesis version.
It's a great.
Yeah, that is Sega Genesis. 2015, the beginning when we first had Instagram. Remember how bad the filters were?
Yeah, no, those are bad.
Yeah, I'm the originator of this shit. I'm the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not gonna move to the East Coast anytime soon?
No, I'm the originator.
Who's the originator?
I don't know. I'm just doing a bad alien impression.
Or Joe Budden, really.
You guys, they like our impressions. They think everybody does good impressions of each other. Will you be listening? Because the case is not, he's not fully in jail to the point where things have been guilty. Will you be listening to the new Lil Durk album?
Oh, see, I struggle with that.
This is right in, but this is kind of in between for you because I know Tori was on the know.
And you know what's also crazy about the Durk thing? I heard that they had to go back and like make sure the lyrics aren't necessarily clean, but that
it's not.
There's some maintenance that he isn't saying specific things that could hurt his situation. So there's been some like album maintenance post game of this Burke. So I think for all of that, it's inherently troubling to me. It's like, again, I don't necessarily believe anymore of like the big impact from prison, nor once you get out of prison, you take over the world. I just think it makes me sad, man. I feel like Durk was on a trajectory he was already super successful, incredible. And I feel like he was on a trajectory to be even more of a bigger star. And, this is his current situation. So I'm skeptical about how much of this album is going to really change that, honestly, no matter how good it is.
So about the time this come out, Durk album had already dropped on Friday per se. It's technically Sunday now in the morning. But what Elliott just said, just speak to the people getting out of jail and really just dropping one. And we can just look at that on the trajectory of Young Thug. Like, yeah, Thug, go be with your family. Go chill. Yeah, but now it's like, hey, yo, where that slap at? The streets need that slap because we was all there for you. Fighting the case alongside you, pointing out what the prosecutor was doing wrong, what the judge said. Hey, where your get back to us, Thug? Because we need you to feed the streets back. Even with Tory Lanez locked up, and you could just look at him on the forward trajectory of dropping music and saying what he got to say. So this is definitely a nuanced conversation, especially starting with Tory Lanez with dropping music while you're in jail and having your team composing it and just doing what they got to do.
It is musically. Of course, I'll go through the album and see what I like on there, but it is hard for me to enjoy listening to Lil Durk music, knowing he's incarcerated and it's not looking good.
I have a question, Elliott Wilson. Based on the Lil Durk conversation, I remember a previous episode of The Bigger Picture.
I don't watch that show.
Me either. You said that you don't want to hear from niggas who are incarcerated.
Yes, I did, and I stand by that. That's what I said. Yeah. Because again, I don't know what impact he could truly have right now.
Do you want to hear the Durk album?
Huh?
Do you want to hear the Durk?
As I said, because I have respect for Durk, and Durk already is an established person.
But he's incarcerated.
Huh?
But he's not. I said maybe there's a difference because he's not convicted yet. Maybe the conviction is.
Don't give him an out.
No. So what do you ask me specifically? Do you
want to hear a Lil Durk album from jail?
I don't want to necessarily hear it, but I am going to listen to it because he's Lil Durk.
You said get the fuck out of here. If you in jail, go away.
Is the difference the conviction though? Is that
one of the main differences here is that I'm sure this is stuff he was making. He's putting out before he got incarcerated. So Most of this body of work was done. It's
So
not.
you don't want to hear the
He's
phone.
not in Prentice talking about I'm cooking up right now.
Gotcha.
I got 16 more new
So
songs.
you want to hear the records?
I just came out the
before
shower.
jail.
These are records that he was already working on before
Before jail.
unfortunately, he went to
Okay,
jail.
so you don't want to hear the records recorded from jail.
I don't want you making slaps from your fucking
You didn't
cell.
like that
no.
R. Kelly
No
remix?
slaps from your cell.
R. Kelly, Chris
Okay.
Brown remix?
Stay in your cell. No slaps.
If Stephen A.
Don't have your
Smith,
niggas send you microphones. None of that.
if Stephen A. Smith were to go to jail, well,
Oh God.
just randomly, I don't know for what.
He slapped LeBron in public.
Stephen A. Smith goes to
LeBron
jail.
put hands on him. He
Do you want to
responded.
hear his commentary from jail?
I don't want to hear you cooking up anything vocally. Write a book.
Elliot, this
Now
is
read about it later.
Elliot, this is another stain why the new generation and why people are blackballing you. And before I started recording these episodes, now that I'm actually starting to record it, this was my comment of how I felt then. Elliot, you can't say that even if you want to. I understand your honest take, and that's why we love you because you gonna say it, Elliot. But no, this is how you get back on your interview run. Interview the niggas in jail because you see goddamn it, Gillian Wallow, another take in media that's not journalists, but they doing it now. Let's talk about it. They had a whole interview with Casanova from jail, and people wanted to hear them. People wanted to talk about them. So, Elliot, regardless of what you're saying that you don't want to hear or don't want to listen to, it's somebody out there that's willing to do that to get their analytics and get their numbers up to get a bag. Because people want to hear what Casanova got to say while he in jail. People want to hear their thoughts on, damn, the hindsight that I gained while sitting here because I have nowhere to go and the choices that I made. This is actually gold. So, yeah, we want to hear a Tory Lanez album from fucking jail to see how well his team is, the production team